Hey, what's going on, YouTube family? Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Mark, where I like talking all things music, news stories, and my own personal series, Mark Under the Microscope, where I give you an inside look into who I am as a person through inspirational and motivational vlogging. So if you like things like that, please remember to slash that like button and annihilate that subscribe button and hit that post notification bell. I drop videos like this every Monday and Friday and every day in between. And also, leave me comments down below. I love interacting with you guys, and I also do subscriber requests, so huge shout out to my subscribers out there. I love you guys because without you, there would be no me and there would be no channel. But I think I've talked enough, so let's just jump straight into these videos. Let's go!
I knew you'd come. Somehow I just knew you'd find me. Not knowing where I was or when I was coming back sent you crazy. I kept my spies on you.
My whole life is on camera shit. I lens. As my fame steady climbs, I'm just increasing in friends. Yeah, I go on the states and only come out at night. I ride around alone because I trust nobody in sight.
Come on!
They want a selfie, then they ask if I'm tagging. Cause the world's a thirsty ratchet, like 50% of Snapchat. See a dog barking at me like they all starving. But I'm down like the pound, so they ain't biting up nothing.
You know I'll just close my eyes.
Come on!
It's so damn high, and I ain't coming down for no one. No, I ain't coming down for no one. You know I'll just close my eyes. It's so damn high. No, I ain't coming down for no one. No, I ain't coming down for no one.
When I was at the bottom, people wished me the best. And now I'm halfway to the top, they got a knife to my neck.
Thanks! Come on, church!
More than mutual respect. They wanna come to my house and sleep in my motherfucking bed. I'm popping out, don't mean I tango with danger. I don't let folks invade my privacy to satisfy a stranger. When you come to my house, I better recognize your face. And you got seconds to explain before your target's on range.
You know I'll just close my eyes. Got me so damn high, and I ain't coming down for no one. No, I ain't coming down for no one. You know I'll just close my eyes. Got me so damn high. No, I ain't coming down for no one. No, I ain't coming down for no one.
Driving shit that broke down every week from overheating. Now the shit I drive is classic. Now I ain't got no open seating.
Come on!
Thing they're saying, cause my mind is in another zone. It don't involve me chasing women, getting high and biting song. Fuck these boots till you can have them. Take this watch, it doesn't work. It's
Hey, come on!
cause when it takes a riding more. And if I keep progressing at this rate, my brain gon' blow a gasket. Then the oil leaks out my ears and then we'll start the slow tracing. Let me take a second to save you hating. Thanks for extra fuel. My tank is pressed the F that I won't ever have to give to you. And if you say I changed, it lets me know that I'm still climbing. Middle finger to the game, I'm blazing trails. Y'all on the highway.
You know I'll just close my eyes. Got me so damn high, and I ain't coming down for no one. No, I ain't coming down for no one. You know I'll just close my eyes.
Her vocals is so on point.
No, I ain't coming down for no one. No, I ain't coming down for no one.
I love this. That was fire. That I'm definitely gonna be listening to that song a lot. I'm gonna be listening to that song a lot. Upchurch, you so disrespectful for coming out with this song, because now this is gonna be in heavy rotation in my car. I'm gonna be listening to this forever. I love this. So I want to sit here and talk about Upchurch with No One featuring, I think her name is Rizzi Myers. Yeah, Rizzi Myers. I love this song. I love the versatility that Upchurch sit here and shows when he's on a track. When he sits there and can just switch up his flow and it doesn't sound the same. I love what Upchurch just represents as an artist. To sit there and to think of the person who I first reacted to, of the artist when I first reacted to the first song, which was a country song, which was Rolling Stone, and then to see and to transition and to hear his growth and just to see how he is as an just as a real artist and lyricist in general, and see how people sit there and tend to underappreciate him, and sit there and see how people tend to underrate him, and then they sit there and kind of second guess who he is as an individual, because they sit there and think that, oh, because of the background that he's from, or because of the life that he comes from, or because of maybe his ethnic background, because thinking that, oh, maybe he can't flow, he can't rap, he can't do this, and then to just hear how he sits there and just rips a track, and me being an inner city black guy sitting here and being able to relate to what he's sitting there doing, because he's being himself. Like he could be sitting there rapping about sitting there shucking corn in a field, and I would be like, yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about, church. Like I've shucked corn too, and no damn well I ain't going to no damn type of cornfield, no type of wilderness, nothing. Like that's the type of vibe that I get from Upchurch, because I love how he can sit there and just draw you in with his charisma, his swagger, and just be able to sit there and just hop on a track and on any beat, and just he just become so relatable to you as an artist. Him sitting there being a white American male, and to sit there and be like, okay, eliminate just color in general, and to be able to sit there and be like, okay, that's what I am, but I can still relate to you as an artist. I can still relate to you being black. I can still relate to you being Hispanic. I can still relate to you being Asian. I can still relate to you being Native American. I can still relate to you because I'm not speaking about something that's not me, or I'm not trying to be something that I'm not, if that makes sense. And that's what I love about him, because he sticks straight to himself. He doesn't want to be nobody else. He's not trying to be out here talking about, oh, I shot this person 9 times, because we'll be like, okay, church, who did you shoot like 9 times? But I'm just saying, not saying that he didn't, because I don't know his background like that. But I mean, just him being, but you get the point. Like, he's authentically himself, and he sits there and he's not trying to be nobody else. And it's like I said, he could sit there and rap about being in the cornfield or something, or being back sipping a beer and just be like in the woods and shooting a deer or something. I'm like, yeah, I did that too. Like that's how he makes me feel. Like anytime I sit there and listen to him, he sits there and makes me feel like I can relate to him as a human being, because he sits there and he eliminates all that barrier. He sits there and makes this, I feel like he sits here and takes this line where he sits there and erases that invisible line, and sit there and shows that we all can stand in solidarity and stand together and sit there and relate to each other. And that's what I get from his artistry and his music and just the way that he raps. And I love what he represents, because he represents people who sit there and come from where he comes from, and be able to give somebody to be able to, for them to be able to look up to and be like, okay, we may not see a lot of other artists in mainstream where we come from, but there's somebody out there that we can gravitate to, that we can relate to, that we can sit there and pull from. And just him being himself and being authentically himself and not trying to be somebody he's not makes me like him even more. Like, I just think he's a lyrical beast. I think he's amazing. And like I said, just hearing him from the country style and then transitioning and going into this style of being just a rapper, and just me thinking like, oh, okay, I'm thinking it's going to be something cute or decent, but then to just sit there and lyrically hear him and just see how he feasts and beasts and just sits there and embodies what he is. Like, I feel like if he's on a track with somebody, I feel like he would lyrically body that person, just with flow and just style and just cadence and just musicality and confidence and swag all in one, because he has that full package. And I feel like if he was to step toe to toe on a track with somebody as a featured artist, not saying that they're dissing each other, but him just being on there, I feel like he would bring his A game, and I feel like he would body them on a track. And that's just my personal opinion. If a person doesn't agree, I mean, we can agree to disagree, but I just feel like that's just from the things that I've heard from him as an artist, it makes me like him even more, because I just love that he can stick within the realm of himself, relate to himself, eliminate that barrier of thinking like, oh, I have to sit there and rap about certain things like, oh, I popped a molly, or I sat there and now I'm sweating, or I sat there and did it to this girl or that girl, or I sat there and I sat there and shot this person up, and I sold this and I sold that. It's a different dynamic of him sitting there speaking about situations of that he can relate to, and he sits there and put it in an art form, and he sits there and uses his wordplay amazingly, and you're sitting there like, damn, like, okay, I live that life too, and I ain't even have to sit there and live in the country. Like, I'm from New York, and I sit there and feel like I grew up in Biloxi, Mississippi or something. When I said, like, I don't, like, I'm trying to think of somewhere country, like, I don't know, but y'all get the point. Like, I feel like I grew up somewhere like in a rural area. Like, I just feel like I feel like just through his artistry and his talents alone, I feel like I can relate to him as an artist, and that's what makes it, that's his selling point, and that's what I love about him. I just think he's super dope and super amazing, and I will be blasting this song all the time. I thought that this was creative. It was a whole different sound than what I'm used to from the a lot of the diss tracks that I've reacted to, and even from the country style of him singing, and just hearing how he sounds just regularly, just focused directly on what he's doing and just in his element and in his genre and just straight rapping, and then to hear Rizzi Myers with the vocals and them to marriage it all together on one track, I thought was absolutely phenomenal. I thought they did a beautiful job with this. I'm not rating this. This was amazing. Church, you bodied it again. And please, just don't ever come out with a diss track against me, because I ain't got time. I don't got time to be sitting here trying to sit here have people writing a eulogy for me. That's why you ain't never going to get a negative comment from me. It's always going to be biased, because you are not coming for me. I do not want to sit there and see Red Jean Face or Tight Fitted Hat remix, or I don't know, Lizard Eye something. I don't know. I just don't want to be the butt of your joke and you sit there and lyrically demolish me. That's all I want to sit there and say. So you can always know that you're gonna have a fan in me, but I'm gonna give you critique when critique needs to be made, though. It will be an authentic critique, but right now I haven't found a critique yet that I can sit there and say that I have, because I just love you as an artist, and I think that you do amazing and dope work, and I'm just happy that I've been able to come across your artistry and your music and just want to see more from you. So with that being said, I'm not going to rate this. I thought this song was amazing. So let me know what you thought of Upchurch with No One featuring Rizzi Myers in the comments below. And with that being said, please remember to be safe out there. Remember to stay awesome, be awesome, because you guys are all awesome. This is your boy Mark, and I'm signing off. Deuces. Peace. Oh yeah, Creek Squad.
They need rappers like me. They need rappers like me, so they can get on their fucking keyboards and make me the bad guy, Chung Lee. Hey, yo,